Hi guys and welcome to this new video. It is the Premier League prediction. It's that time of the year. The season's going to start on Friday and it's time for me to predict what's going to happen this season like I have been previous seasons. So this video I'm going to go through who's going to finish, from 20th to 1st, whilst also going through who I think will be Young Player of the Year, and Top Goal Scorer. So let's get into it. In 20th place, I have put Watford, mainly because I don't know if they've made that many signings. I think if they have, I would have known. And also they've got some of the players that were playing in the Premier before. Troy Deeney played in the Prem. Sars played in the Prem. These are good players. Well, Sars very good. Deeney's alright, but other than that, there's not much to Watford's team. Arsenal played in the friendly recently, and it was 4-1 to Arsenal, and they didn't look great, but that's a friendly. But basing off that, they don't look great, and I don't think if they don't sign any more players or they do any more business, then they could be one to go down immediately again and finish as number 20. So number 20 I've put Watford. Number 19, or 19th place, I have put Norwich. Norwich, to be fair, have made a couple of decent signings. They signed that guy from Werder Bremen and other American striker. I can't remember their names off the top of my head. They've signed players. They've also got Pukki, Cantwell and Aarons, but I still think that won't be enough. I think they're going to struggle for goals again this season. Pukki, when he was in the Prem, he did start well, but faded off badly. So I think he's not going to do it as well. He's definitely not going to have the start he had last time. So I'm not going to go with Norwich to avoid relegation. I think 19th is going to be around where they will end up. 18th I've put Newcastle. They haven't made any improvements to their squad. Their football is dry, and yeah, they're just not great. While they haven't made improvements, I'll take that back. They've signed Joe Willock. Well, apparently did it. Well, it's not been announced yet, but apparently that's close to being done for around 25 million for them. It's a very good signing because obviously Willock went on loan there, and we all saw how well Willock did. So he'll be probably a very good signing for Newcastle, on top of what they have with St. Maximin and Callum Wilson. But I still think they're going to get relegated this season. Their defence ain't great, their midfield ain't great. They need reinforcements in those positions. So 18th place, I'm going to go with Newcastle. It's 17th place, I'm going to go with Southampton. Yeah, I think Southampton are struggling this season. Obviously, they sold Danny to Villa, which came out of nowhere unexpectedly. Obviously, I think we knew that Danny Ings wanted to leave, but didn't know he'd make the switch to Villa. Obviously, he's left. They've signed Adam Armstrong and another striker from Chelsea to replace him. But will they be as good as Danny Ings would have been? Because Danny Ings is guaranteed goals, and that's very hard to find these days. Obviously, they've still got James Ward-Prowse and other players, but I think they're going to struggle in this season where they're going to be fighting a relegation battle. You don't expect that from Southampton, but I think Danny Ings being injured will be such a miss for them that they'll be in a relegation battle and be finishing 17th. In 16th, I've got Brentford. Obviously, they're another new team coming up. First game in the league, in the top league since I think 19 something. Either way, the point is it's been a long time. I think they could do quite well. Obviously, they got through the playoffs. They look quite good, and obviously we all know about their main danger man being Tony. He scored over 30 goals in the Championship. If you can get that form into the Premier League or get anything close to that, then Brentford should be fine. If not, they're going to struggle because I don't think there's goals anywhere, really anywhere else in their team. So Tony has to hit the ground running, and we'll find out when the season starts on Friday whether Tony can play Premier League. Obviously, Brentford's first game is against Arsenal, so that's obviously a tough game for them. But we'll see. Brentford, I think, will do the best out of all the promoted sides and finish 16th. In 15th, I've got Burnley. I think, yeah, this is the position for them. They haven't really made any signings. It's classic Sean Dyche stuff, 4-4-2, wooden barns. I know what else to expect. It's not going to be great for them. I think 14th is, no, 15th, sorry. 15th would be a decent position for Burnley because of their squad and who they have. Obviously, they've got Pope back, who was injured towards the end of last season. He's back. That'll be very big for them, but I still don't think that will help them in any way, shape, or form, finishing higher than 15th. So I've got them 15th. 14th, I've got Brighton. Obviously, Brighton, they've signed players. I know they signed a midfielder. And obviously, they sold Ben White for 50 mil. And they need to reinvest. They now need to reinvest that into the squad. They play good football. They create a lot of chances. They convert. I think they just need to find a clinical striker, because the way sometimes Graham Potter plays football, and they create a lot of chances, you just need a good striker at the end of them. I think even if Brighton had a good striker, they could finish it way higher on this list, but considering they have Neil Mopé, I don't think that's the case. So I think 14th would be decent. I don't think Graham Potter would want 14th, but with what this squad's looking like, yeah, 14th seems okay for Brighton. 13th we'll go with Wolves. Yeah, Wolves, they've signed players. They've signed that player from Barcelona on loan. I can't remember his name. But other than that, they don't. I mean, they've got decent players in, Neves, Traore, Neto, Podence, Jimenez. They're all attacking players. Their midfield's alright, to be fair, but I don't think their defence is anything special. They sold Rui Patricio as well. Personally, I don't really rate Wolves, even when they did finish well. I think their football's just it's not fun. But I think they'll do enough to have 13th. I think they deserve better than 13th with the team that they have, but I don't see them getting better than 13th. In 12th position, I got Palace. They got a new manager. See, Roy Hodgson left after a long time at Palace, and now they've got Patrick Vieira. That will be massive for them because that's a Premier League winner there. That's a leader there. That's been through it all. Not where Palace are, because he never finished that low, but he knows the Premier League. Obviously, he's going to implement different stuff, but more attacking. He's not going to want to sit back against teams. He's going to take the game to teams, and they've got decent players. Easy. They signed Joachim Andersen, who I think is a really decent centre back. Zaha. They signed another youngster from Trent who looks very good. So they're building a young team and a young, exciting team, and that could be potentially good to watch. And for me personally, because of the manager, obviously, I'm going to keep an eye on Palace. I want to see Palace do well, to be fair. So 12th, I think Palace will take 12th. I think the season after that, they're definitely going to try and build on that, because Vieira ain't going to settle for 12th. In 11th place, I've put Everton. Everton, I mean, James Rodriguez is unsettled because of Carlo Ancelotti leaving so randomly. They've got Benitez, but I mean, they played a friendly against United recently, lost 4-0. Pickford looks back to his old self, making mistakes. They don't look great, and I don't think after Benitez will get the best out of those Everton players. I think they're going to finish 11th. Obviously, they have Calvert-Lewin, but even he was quiet that season. Well, he started well, and then I think personally, towards the end of the season, he got a bit quiet. But is what it is. Everton, I think obviously they'd want to finish much higher than 11th, but with their squad and how I don't see them finishing higher than 11th. In 10th position, I'm going to go with West Ham. I think West Ham 10th would be a good season. Obviously, they got Europe this season, but I think that's gonna affect them because their players are not going to be used to playing 2 games a week. So that's going to affect them a lot. But with the team they have, I think 10th. So decent position. Obviously, they've got loads of decent players. They aren't really strengthened yet. They're looking at a centre back, but other than that, they've got good players. They've got Areola, that's a great goalkeeper on loan. Kufel, we know how good he is. Suchet Rice, great midfield. Then Benrahma, Antonio, that's great players as well. Obviously, one of their best players last season was Jesse Lingard on loan, who obviously came in on loan. I think him not being at West Ham this season could really affect them. I don't think they'll play as well. If he was to rejoin West Ham, I think I could put them higher up, but I don't think that's the case from what we're seeing. But yeah, so Lingard will stay put at United, and I think that will affect West Ham. But 10 for West Ham, I don't think it's not the end of the world. But if they do better, then it's one of those. So 10th place, I've got West Ham. In 9th place, I've got Leeds. Now, Leeds, they were watched last season, very attacking. They were very attacking, they went for games. They were never scared. They went and attacked, and sometimes it worked, and they create so many chances. Sometimes it didn't work, where just teams picked them apart. But they haven't really strengthened. They've signed Firpo from Barcelona, but other than that, what really? Obviously, they've got Phillips, Rafinha, all these players, Bamford, Rodrigo. They've got decent players. They re-signed Harrison permanently as well, so that's a good sign for them. So they've got good players in their areas, but yeah, they're not the good. They're alright. 9th, I think, would be a good position for Leeds. I think they finished 9th last season as well, so I think that won't be too bad. In 8th position, gonna go with Aston Villa. I would put Villa higher if they still had Grealish, but it's not the case. But the way they've replaced Grealish is very smart. Signing 3 players instead of 1. With Danny Ings, experienced, guaranteed goals. Leon Bailey, very exciting winger. Buendia, used to the Prem, very good player. I think if those 3 work out, I don't think they'll miss Jack Grealish. But still, I would have put Villa higher than 8 if Jack Grealish was there. But it's one of those ones where we've got to see how those transfers settle in. Obviously, Martinez did well last season. Their defense did alright last season. I think they might need another midfielder next to big game to fully complete their squad. But I think an 8th position finish for a team like Villa, I think they'll take it. That's closer to Europe, and maybe next season they can build on that, really challenge for maybe a Conference League spot or a Europa League spot even. So on the 8th place, Aston Villa. In 7th place, I've gone with Spurs. Yeah, I think they're going to finish 7th, sorry. Harry Kane, if he leaves, they're Tottenham screwed, because Tottenham are going to struggle to score goals without Harry Kane. Yes, Son might do something, but it'll be Son on its own, and Son can't do everything on its own. Son's obviously signed a new contract. I think that's a very big mistake on his part, because he's not going to win anything at Spurs, and he's one of those players where he could get into most teams in the world, and he could have easily stepped up from Spurs and just left. But to be fair, he's staying put there. He's lost. I don't really care. But yeah, Harry Kane, that's the big one. If he leaves, then they could even be worse. But it doesn't look like he's leaving. Even if he stays, 7 seems like the spot for them. Obviously, they've signed a goalkeeper on loan. I think that's a backup to Lloris. They got rid of Lamela and it's a young Spanish player from Sevilla, who I don't know nothing about. And they've also signed Romero for Atlanta, which is a decent signing, but we'll see how he adjusts to the Premier League. So, yeah, Spurs 7th, that means they'll get a Conference League spot again, a competition where I don't think anyone wants to be in the Conference League, and I would rather have not been in Europe than in the Conference League, personally, for Arsenal, because Arsenal could have got Conference League, but just a waste of time. Really is just a waste of time, and I think I'll get on to Arsenal winning it. But yeah, 7th place, I've put Spurs. In 6th place, I've put Arsenal. I think we'll finish 6th, considering with the squad we have now. I think 6th. It's obviously an improvement on 8th, but I think 6th is the position we're going to finish. Obviously, we have done business. We've signed Tavares, left back. Pre-season looked for good. We've signed Lokonga, who's going to have to play now. I thought he was going to be more of a squad player, but now that Poty is injured, he's going to have to play. And to be fair, he's looked very good, looked very composed, and I think he can do a good job whilst Poty's not here. I think Poty's going to be back after the international break, so Lokonga, there's a bit of pressure on him, but I think he should be fine. And the main signing we've done, 50 million for Ben White, which initially I didn't think was a great deal. He's a good player, but I didn't think he was worth 50 mil. But then I realised when Leeds were trying to sign him, Brighton on 30 mil, and at that time he never played Premier League football, so 50 mil all in all is not too bad. And to be fair, Ben White has been amazing in pre-season. He hasn't put a foot wrong, he looks comfortable on the ball. It looks like a really good signing so far in pre-season. If he carries on the same form in the Premier League, then I think Ben White and Gabriel can build a real partnership in centre back. And I don't think we will concede many goals, because the goals we do concede mainly are from mistakes and not teams breaking us down. Because, I mean, to be fair, we have the best defence in the league. But most of our goals we concede are not because teams cut us apart, because we make our own mistakes. Obviously, Arsenal still need signings. We need a backup goalie. We need a right back. We need a attacking midfield and a striker, because I think we need a tall striker, a target man kind of striker. That if late in games it's not going well, bring on a big striker. We don't have a big striker. I think they're a massive asset. Obviously, we've been linked with Tammy Abraham. I'd take him on loan. I wouldn't buy it for the asking price that Chelsea want now. I'd take him on loan. And obviously, Tammy Abraham, I think he would join Arsenal without even thinking about it. So, Tammy Abraham, obviously the big one, Madison or Odegaard number 10. Either way, our attack looks a bit weak going forward. Smith Rowe can't do everything on his own, and I don't know, Aubameyang on the wing does not work. So we need whether that's Odegaard or Madison, it just has to be one of them. Right back here, Bellerin just needs to go ASAP. We need another right back. Max Aarons would be decent, but we'll see what happens. I think we need to sell players first. Obviously, we sold Willock, but in this market, it's very hard to sell players, especially players that are not good. So it's been hard for Arsenal, but we'll see. We've still got time left in the window. But anyway, 6th place I predicted for the Arsenal. In 5th place, I'm going to go with Leicester. They're going to bottle Champions League again. I think the Fofana injury is massive for them, because he's such a good defender, good young defender. The fact that he's not going to be there, I think it's not going to be great for them. But they've still obviously got Vardy, they're going Dakhouse, Mare, who else? Can't remember who else they bought. But they signed some decent players. And if they keep Madison, then yeah, they can do well. But it depends on obviously if Madison stays and how well Vardy and Daka do. Obviously, they just beat City in the Community Shield. They defended well. They played better than City, but it's Community Shield, and we'll see once the season starts if they carry that same sharpness with them. Because if they do, then Leicester maybe push a top 4 position and finally get that Champions League spot they've been so close to the last couple of years. So 5th up for Leicester City. In 4th, Man United. Yeah, I think they're going to finish 4th. I think, obviously, they signed Varane and Sancho. They're 2 amazing signings. They needed a centre back. They needed a midfielder on the right, a right winger. But they need a midfielder. They need to stop pushing Pogba to the left. McFred is not great. They need a midfielder. They need to put Pogba. They need someone to sit next to Pogba. Mainly a CDM so Pogba can go forward. But I don't think that's gonna. I think that's gonna be their midfielders. Their midfielders gonna let them down massively this season. Hence why I think they're only gonna finish 4th and not even challenge for the top. Obviously, I think they're gonna regret not buying a striker. I think, yeah, Cavani's decent, but he's gonna get you 20 goals. No, Martial's terrible, so he's not gonna do anything really. Rashford's out for 12 weeks, so I think even because of that, Pogba might be shifted out to the left, or Martial might get a game, and yeah, you're basically playing with 10 men if you're playing with Martial, kind of thing. So yeah, and Sancho has to adjust. We don't know how Varane's going to adjust. Obviously, Maguire and Shaw, they had good Euros, to be fair. And let's see if they carry on that same form. And you never know if that happens, then Maguire and Varane can be a very strong partnership. But I still think the midfield and maybe a lack of a striker will not help them. Cavani's a good striker, but he's not going to push for top goal scorer or anything like that. I think he needs something more fresh, more younger than Cavani. Maybe a Harry Kane or a Haaland, or even then buying Lukaku. But it is what it is, and I think Man United are going to finish 4th. In 3rd place, I'm going to put Chelsea. If I would have done this a couple of days ago and Chelsea didn't sign Lukaku, I probably would have put them 4th and moved United up. But now that Chelsea have got Lukaku, I'm going to move them up to 3rd. That's guaranteed goals right there with Lukaku. He's used to the Prem, he's a very good striker. Chelsea need a striker. And they've got their man. But I don't think they're going to finish higher than 3rd. I think they're going to fall short somewhere. They've got so many attacking players, they're not going to fit them all in. And what combinations Tuchel goes with, that's going to really decide where they finish. I think they're going to finish 3rd. I don't think that's obviously going to be great for them. They're going to want obviously challenge for the league, but maybe a centre back signing, maybe something in midfield. Maybe just something to freshen it up. Because they're very hard to beat, but going forward, they're not the greatest. It's just now with Lukaku, they just can be more clinical, but they weren't the most exciting team to watch. They weren't the most exciting team to watch, and they were just clinical in moments. And I think with Lukaku, they can be even more clinical. But I think that will, in some games, it won't play to their strength. They will, because they sit with the 3 at the back, and they sit. Some games for example, if Charles were playing Norwich or Watford, it would be silly of them to sit with the 3 at the back and be defensive. Start with the 4 and go attack them, because Chelsea have the players to attack. Whether Tuchel does that in certain games, we will see. So 3rd place, I have put Chelsea. In 2nd place, I've put Liverpool. Obviously, they haven't made any signings. It doesn't end for now. They need to improve their signings. They need something more in attack. But saying that, in pre-season, Mane's looked sharp, Firmino's looked sharp, Van Dijk's back. I think that Van Dijk being back is going to be massive. And be probably one of the main reasons why they're going to finish 2nd. Obviously, they've got the usual suspects we all know about: Salah, Trent, Mane, Firmino, Thiago. You know, obviously they lost Wijnaldum, and now Robertson's injured. But I still think second place is decent for Liverpool. If they maybe sign an attacker or sign some more players, maybe they can push Man City more. But I think with the squad they have now, I think second seems reasonable for Liverpool. In first position, the team going to win the league, unsurprisingly, it's Man City. They're just too strong. They've signed Grealish. They still want Kane. Obviously, they're going to have to sell players. Apparently, Bernardo Silva wants to leave, but their options out around the pitch are it's just stupid. Got so many attacking players. Grealish on top of that. All City need is a striker. We watched the Community Shield against Leicester. They were putting balls. There was no one in the box. They need a striker. I think if Man City got a Harry Kane, they'd be even more dangerous, and it'd be pretty scary to play against them. And they were already pretty scary to play against. Adding Harry Kane on top of that, adding Grealish. That's yeah. It's not great for everyone else in the league, but I think City won the league. I think Liverpool will push them, but Liverpool won't have enough. So that's it for my Premier League prediction for the season 2021. I'm going to quickly go over my young player of the year, and top goal scorer. So top goal scorer, probably going to go for someone like a Mane or Salah. I'm going to go Mane. I think for me, Mane's looked better than Salah in pre-season, and Mane looks sharp back to his normal stuff. So for top goal scorer, I'm going to put in Mane. I'm going to go for Mane. Player of the season, I'm going to go with Kevin De Bruyne or Jack Grealish. I think Jack Grealish could do amazing at City. He's got better players around him. He's so much suited to him. I think he's going to enjoy being at City. And obviously Kevin De Bruyne, that's a given. But I'm actually going to go for, out of the two, I'm going to stick with Jack Grealish. I think he'll get player of the season. And young player of the season, I think, will be either Saka or Smith Rowe. That's not me being biased at all, to be fair. I think they're going to have two amazing seasons. I think Saka's only going to get better. Smith Rowe only played half a season last year. Looked so good. I think with the full season, he's even going to look a lot better than what people expect. So, young player of the year, I'm going to go for Smith Rowe. And signing of the summer, I think will be Ben White. Sounds dumb, 50 million initially was too high, but the way he looks comfortable. I think if Ben White really comes in and makes his mark and improves Arsenal defence, then he'll make a massive difference in where Arsenal will finish. So signing of the summer, I'm actually going to go with Ben White. So if you like this video, as I say review, it's a pretty long video to be fair. So if you like this video, looking forward to more videos, the Premier League reviews. I might start another series if I could plan it. And yeah, let's see how the season goes. Will I get any right? Will this be accurate? We will see. Make sure you like, subscribe, put in the comments where you think teams are gonna finish for your, maybe not the whole 20, but your top 6, top 7. Let's see what you guys think on your young players of the year, what I've discussed, and let's see who's right. So yeah, if you like this video, like, subscribe, and peace.